What's up, good people? It's Larry Jones. Welcome to Stock Up with Larry Jones. I'm still traveling and trading, but keeping you guys. I think I'm working harder now that I'm away from the studio than I am. This market is crazy. Hey, if you're new to the page, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell. All right, good people. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell stock or crypto. Lastly, never fall for spam. I will never ask for money, talk about a WhatsApp, a broker, none of that. Never send money or crypto to anyone. I talked to a young lady here last night that someone, she sent an email and they got $10,000 of her Bitcoin. And I just want you guys to be careful, okay? I'm going to talk about at the end of this video, I'm going to get right into it. I had the best meetup. I'm going to go over that at the end of this video shortly, but I'm going to show video from that a little later because I want to do it some justice. But let's talk about what's going on. We know the CPI numbers came out. We know that they were higher than expected. They were expected, I think, 7.2, and they came in 7.5. But it was the worst in 40 years, the worst CPI numbers in 40 years, all right? And the market kind of priced that in. Market knew that that was coming, right? So what happens was when the numbers came out, the market did not tank, all right? They dipped a little bit, and then they came back, was pretty flat. So Mr. Bullard, who's a voting member of the chair, he came out and he said that the Fed needs to go more aggressive, meaning the March meeting, the March 16th Fed meeting, instead of going up 0.25%, he's suggesting that they should go up an entire 0.5%, right? Which is more negative for the market. And he's aggressive. And so we know that there's a meeting happening Monday, and Monday the 14th, this Monday the 14th, and they're going to have this meeting. Now, they could release minutes from that meeting, and if they release the minutes from that meeting and they say instead of going 0.25% in March interest rate hike, we're going 0.5%, that's going to wreck the market. I just want to get you guys ready for that. The market is not going to like that. The market reacts to forward news. Remember that. The market always reacts to forward moves. I'm trying to get this shine off of my head, like my forehead ain't big enough. There we go. All right, good people. There, let me get a little shade going over here. Hopefully y'all can still see me. There we go. All right, so sorry about that noise, good people, but it was looking weird to me. So we know all of this is going on, and so what I did yesterday, you can do what suits you best. What I did yesterday was in my $5 a day, all 3 portfolios, I bought from the beginning of the year all the way to the end of this month. So what I did was I made a loan to myself because I thought that once Mr. Bullard made that statement, the market had an overreaction. I think it was an overreaction because the other voting members are not as hawkish as Mr. Bullard. And so if they come out and say, no, we're not going to do that much, then I believe we can have a slight comeback. But having said that, we have not seen the bottom. There's a lot of volatility left. There's talks about 7 rate hikes. I think it'll wind up being 4, but the truth will be in what they decide to do, right? And I just think that they're in the 4, they'll have to go up more. Now, the Fed all last year kept using the word transitory. We now know, and we knew then, that the Fed was behind the curve. They printed way too much money. They did not cause inflation. Inflation was caused, of course, by 2020 COVID, right? and then the supply chain and all of that. You guys know about the entire cycle that caused this high inflation. Now, this is like cancer treatment. You know, for those that know about cancer treatment, you already have a disease that's eating your body away. Now we have to inject you with more poison and hopes that that poison will kill the cancer. So it's the worst of two evils. That's what chemo is. It's poison, and so it's almost do or die for the market, you know. And so that's where we are. I just guys want you to keep that in mind. You know, I made the parable before. It's your house is on fire. The firemen are going to come in, they're going to smash all your windows, right? And they're going to flood your house out. But they're going to save your house. You got to put it back together. So that's where we are, good people. And so what I'm doing is I'm buying this dips. So let's say that I bought this dip, and so far today, if you wanted to do the same thing I did, you will actually get it at a better price than I did, because I believe the market will end mostly negative. It's mostly flat now, but by the closing bell, I believe it'll be negative. And because it's Friday, and next week, depending on Monday, we'll see what happens. So, Larry, what happens if Monday it tanks even more? You know, why did you $5 a day? If it tanks even more, then for the month of March, I'm going to buy. I'm doing my $5 a day. I'll probably do it 2 more weeks, and I'm just gonna keep buying these dips in my $5 a day even. And so remember, there's no one size fit all. If you're buying daily, you're still winning. If you're buying weekly, you're still winning. If you're DCAing, dollar cost averaging in this market, if you're buying monthly, you're still winning. I'm just trying to be even more aggressive with my $5 a day. But truth be told, just do it when you get paid, good people. Whenever you get paid, that's when you buy the dip. And if you know that a date is coming up that week, you can wait for that week, calculate your $5 a day, and go from there, good people. But we're gonna do it all through this market. There's a lot of Fed induced news that's gonna cause the markets to go one way or another. When you get CPI numbers worse than 40 years, and that doesn't tank the market, but one Fed chair, voting chair guy, Mr. Bullard, says one thing and that tanks the market, just get ready for this roller coaster ride. We have not seen the bottom, but for me, that does not scare me. That prepares me, all right? So I'm gonna say this. Whenever we get back into a bull market, should I say when we get back into a bull market, this is just me, this is Larry. In a bull market, if you should ever do profit taking, it should be in a bull market. Because if we're going into a bear market this year, we could give back all of the gains we made during the bull market. That's why it's important to do proper profit taking. And I talked about a lot of that last night. And so that's what I did. The sun is coming up. That's what I did. I took profit, okay? Proper profit taking. So now that we're going into this bear market, I took profits, right? And I'm in cash, but I also bought banks. And there's going to be a time when I sell banks, because there's going to be a time this year when even banks are not making money, even with these interest rate hikes. But now they are making money. I wouldn't think about trimming my positions. This is me. I wouldn't think about trimming my positions until after March 16th, even in banks. So that's just me. All right. So I hope that this helped you guys. And hey, here in I was in Happy Valley last night, out here, and I had the absolute sweetest and best people ever. Just did a pop-up meet and greet, and it was the nicest group of people. We had one before where in Dallas, and we had about 15 or so people showed up. We were expecting about 20 to 30, and about 45 to 50 people showed up last night, and we had a ball. So I'm going to share some video and some pictures of those sweet people. We had 3 different cars that drove all the way up from California. All right. And that is crazy, to Phoenix, Arizona. So, I mean, you're talking about 5, one of them had a 6-hour drive. That is insane. And I was so humbled. I prayed that they had safe travel home last night. And I just want to thank you guys. All right. So if you haven't did so far, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like the video. Make sure you check out all of my links below. All right. Make sure you check out all of the links. And if you don't have a broker that you could trade pre and post market, you're missing out, because why do you think all of these earnings report comes at the closing bell? It's not what you think, and it's not what they're telling you. It's so the institutions can get their money right before you can. So why don't you be able to trade when the institutions trade? Click the link below, download the Webull link, and right now you can deposit as little as $1. And though I would put some money in there, and they're going to give you 3 free stock worth up to $3,300, and they're going to give you, I think, like $5 in Bitcoin. So, all right. So that's what should I say, in crypto? All right. Good people, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to keep you guys posted. Love you guys. Live, love, laugh, and learn. Let's see what this market is going to do.